is like a real so-called gangster G and all that.
Yep.
You should know that. That's what a punk or a coward would do. They're gonna do the best thing they can to get out of that situation and get fucked up. You back them up against a wall, they're gonna try to attack some kind of way. They're gonna go get a gun. They're gonna do something. There's so many people that then lives and got taken away. Because I remember one situation back in St. Petersburg, Florida, about maybe 4 years ago, something like that. There was a father that got into it with his baby's mother. He wanted to get his child or something like that, I guess. And he was having a situation where he couldn't get his child because of the baby mother, child support, the court, whatever. So he decides to snap and go ahead and grab a shotgun and run in the house and shoot everybody in her damn house. So, I mean, people gotta be careful. Like Life Jennings last year, close to the ending of last year, 2010, Life Jennings was trying to get his child, reportedly he was trying to get his child in Atlanta. He was trying to get his child, and the baby mama wouldn't give him his child or something like that. She wouldn't let him in. A neighbor said they heard Life screaming out, "Give me back my kids," and all that. He didn't get a response from her like he wanted, so he ran to his car, got his gun, and started shooting at the apartment complex. Like, dog, you can kill your kids. So people gotta start really being careful, man, because you can make people do some crazy shit.
That's just real sad that young sister had to die like that, man.
Exactly.
That really hurt my heart to see that, you know. Regardless of, you know, I know some people have certain feelings about the police, and I do too.
Yeah.
But this was a young black sister that was just doing her job, trying to protect another young black sister and her child, and that's just real sad. Rest in peace to her, and just stop all the violence, man.
Another one on that situation. Man, we have another crazy topic that happened. This was another incident in Tampa Bay area, Tampa Bay, Florida. A 26-year-old man reportedly took his 6-year-old son to a local park to play, who also was diagnosed with a mental disease. Took his son to a local park and stabbed him 26 times. The young boy was found laying next to one of the playground spots, and but he's still in a stable condition. And one of the people that saw the incident was saying that they knew he was already crazy because he was diagnosed with, I believe it was schizophrenia or something like that. And still they let the guy leave with his child. It's his child, and it's like, damn, my son is 7. So when I heard that situation, it made me think about that. Like, damn, you know what I mean? I thank God I wasn't born with that kind of birth defect. That's what I'm gonna call it, you know what I'm saying? Because people are born with that type of disease, a mental disease. And I just can't believe that something like that happened. Like, that really hurt me. You know what I mean? That was close to home, so that definitely hurt. I mean, it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? What's this world going through where situations like this is happening, where people are intentionally hurting kids and stuff like that, man?
I just don't understand. Just looking at a kid, you know, when I look at children, it makes me smile. It brings me joy. So I don't understand how someone can have it in their heart to murder a child. You know what I mean? Like, children are supposed to be what brings you love and joy, you know, even if it's not your child, you know.
Exactly.
That's crazy, man. On to the next topic that we're going to speak on. This is something that's close to me, being that my idol and the person that I look up to the most outside of my grandmother and my mother is Malcolm X. I read that Spike Lee's film version of Malcolm X got added to the Library of Congress, the National Film Registry preserve, and I think that's, you know, a very, very big thing that movie, you know, is being put in such a, you know, prestigious place. And, you know, I just want to give a big ups to Spike Lee and a rest in peace to Malcolm X, you know, for everything that he did. Malcolm X is, I can't even put into words what Malcolm X means to me, and, you know, that's something that's probably the biggest thing that I read this week, you know, because that's my #1 favorite movie of all time, and I'm just glad that, you know, people are recognizing, you know, that film and Malcolm X.
Oh, man, definitely. I was glad to have seen that movie, and it came out in my lifetime. I was old enough to understand it, know what it meant to millions of black people, you know what I'm saying, what we needed to see. And that's a blessing. Thank God for that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, on that note, let me try to give a little something that's kind of good for us to hear too. It's kind of quirky, I guess you could say. Ted Williams, a homeless man, was found in Columbus, Ohio, who had a velvet voice, so they said.
Yeah, I seen that.
Standing on the side of the road with a sign stating his situation about losing everything, losing his job, his family, and everything, being charged with crimes and things of that nature. But also was saying on the sign that he would willingly and gratefully and gladly share his gift. It was a gift that was given to him. Someone videotaped it, put it on YouTube, and he was fortunate and blessed to get like some job offers from it. You know, he's off the streets now. You can go look him up, Ted Williams. Just Google it, you'll see him.
He's doing something with the Cleveland Cavaliers because you know how horrible they are. That's probably the highlight of their year right now.
Anyways, and then also they said Oprah Winfrey also tried to give him a job for that great velvet voice.
I guess he's doing this thing.
Yeah, it's a blessing, you know what I mean? Because so many people can be in certain tight situations that they may never see the way out of, and think suicide might be one way. But thank God that, you know, there's people out there that shows that they, you know, after a dark night, there's a brighter day after that. You know what I mean? Yep. So big ups to Ted Williams and the people that helped him out, the people that put him on the YouTube, and, you know, he's doing his thing. He's good now. You know what I mean?
This is well, my next thing, something that caught my eye is two of my boy JTL's favorite people in the whole world, Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Man, you know you trying to pattern you and your girl's life after Jay-Z and Beyonce. Don't even bring that here. You know I don't even study dude like that. Anyway.
But I seen that, you know, they did a New Year's Eve party at the Cosmopolitan Hotel out in Las Vegas, and get this, they got paid $1 million per song to perform. Damn.
How many songs did they perform?
I don't even know. I just seen that they got paid $1 million per song. That's big.
Per song? I thought it was just for the show.
No, per song. Damn.
This dude is trying to become a billionaire before he gets shot at 45 or whatever, or retired, whatever.
Hey, boy, they getting the money.
I mean,
man.
Yeah, they on their way, man. They getting that money. You know what I'm saying? But
$1 million for a song? Wow.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Once I done made 100 million, I wouldn't give a damn about being a billionaire. You still can do so much at being able to do that. You know what I mean? That's good for them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to sound all salty and shit. You know what I mean? But if somebody gonna pay it, they gonna pay it. Cool with me. You know what I mean? I ain't, you know, big up to y'all. Anyways, let me go on to some sports news. As I was writing this down, my boy H said he don't really think it's important, which I think it is, because of the recent season of NFL football. And a lot of the records not being good as people thought they should have been, like Cincinnati, you got Detroit, you got 49ers, that's my boy team, sorry. You got 49ers, you got Cowboys. So with that being said,
with me being a 49ers fan, fuck the Cowboys.
Anyways, with that being said, because of those records not being good as they should have been, that means a lot of coaches got in the hot seat, and a lot of them got kicked out of the hot seat. They got burnt up in the hot seat, then kicked me out the hot seat and buried in the hot seat. So I'm gonna call out a few coach names for y'all. We got Tom Cable from the Oakland Raiders.
Yep.
We got Eric Mangini, my bad. I guess he's Italian or something. From the Cleveland Browns. Yep. We got John Fox from the Panthers.
Seen that coming all year.
Mike Singletary. From the 49ers.
That's my team, and now that we got our new coach in, Jim Harbaugh, ain't no excuses. Come on.
We gonna see. We got Josh McDaniels from the Broncos.
Deserve that.
Brad Childress.
Yep, from the Vikings.
Deserve
that.
Yeah, he kind of did. And we got Wade Phillips from the Cowboys.
Get out of there.
Yeah, so, oh man, sorry for y'all. You know what I mean? That's kind of fucked up right there. But I guess after so many years, people not being able to carry out the expectations that they wanted that happened. You know what I mean? And I think it was important because, like I said, the coaches are one of the top most important parts of a football team or any team, period. So I thought we should just go ahead and highlight on that. And hopefully, you know, next season with all the people that's getting new coaches, you know, maybe the seasons will be better or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I still think that they need to be careful about doing dumb shit too. Like the Vikings, I disagree with giving Brett Favre $20 million for 1 year.
And what did he do this year?
Not a goddamn thing.
Not a goddamn.
They even made the playoffs.
Nope.
So
he was too busy trying to send pictures of his dick, trying to get massages
of my dick in the email.
Come on, Brett Favre.
You know what I mean? And look at Ocho and Tio. What the hell wrong with them? Like,
yo,
they so busy being superstars instead of playing the game. That's what everybody's saying.
They need to get rid of that show because I've watched it and it's ridiculously trash.
But at the same time, real talk, I know they'll talk shit about us, so we're gonna talk shit about them. But them boys is talented. But a lot of people feel that they bullshitting around and they not doing what they supposed to be doing. So you got situations like that. So shit, those players being fired also with those coaches?
I don't
know. On to the next one.
While we on football, you know, we got the national championship game coming up on Monday between Auburn and Oregon, you know, two undefeated teams. But, you know, we had TCU, the game, the Rose Bowl with TCU and Wisconsin, which TCU won 21-19, and that just brings up the whole BCS, you know, when are we ever going to get a playoff in college? Because you got some teams like TCU who end up the season undefeated, and it's not fair that, you know, they don't get to play in the national championship game. You know, who knows what'll happen? Who knows if TCU was to play Oregon or Auburn, what'll happen? So we need to find some way. Quit worrying about all this money and all that shit. We give the fans what they really want, and it's a playoff. College basketball has it, and that shit is great every year. So come on, man.
On that note, though, I had somebody tell me that certain teams in their little conference or whatever may not be that good enough to play certain,
and that's what we need the playoffs for.
College teams.
That's what we needed. Everybody said TCU wasn't good enough to play against the big dogs, and you see what they did to Wisconsin. I mean, the score was close, but if you watch the game, TCU pretty much handled Wisconsin. I mean, so they played against the big dogs, you know, give the little cats a chance to show what they can do. You know,
like I think it should be one point where they have, if they don't want to do necessarily the whole playoffs thing, they need to do something close to it. Like I think the Sugar Bowl, the bowls should be basically like a playoff. Whatever teams went out of those, they should match them together.
Yep.
At least do that. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to save face from thinking you're gonna waste money or nothing, I mean, come on. Damn near every big college that has these big football games have big stadiums. It might be a state where they got a college stadium and they don't even got one for the they don't even got an NFL team. You know what I mean? Yep. So why not? On to another one. Let's keep it in football. I got to talk about home one more time real quick because my peoples, they're a little hurt. The Buccaneers, they ain't going to the playoffs.
Of course not.
That ain't gonna happen. And my big brother don't like that shit. He was very depressed and heartbroken.
They got to beat the good teams the whole year.
I have a problem with that. But I'm trying to root for y'all too.
The whole year.
Y'all home team.
Come on now.
But they didn't beat anybody worth beating. Everybody that they beat was in a slump for some years, and they barely beat those teams.
They only had one victory against a team that had a 500 record or better, and that was against the Saints in the last game of the year.
But they let them win because they was already in the playoffs. They didn't care.
So you got to see all the Bucs wins came against teams who had a below 500 record. You got to step it up.
Got to step it up, home team. I got love for y'all, but we got to hopefully gonna do better next year, man. Let's try to whoop ass throughout the whole season. Let's try to do like the Patriots. We may not actually get a whole 16-0, but let's at least go for 12-4 or 11-5. You know what I'm saying? Let's go for some good records. Stop getting blessed to be able to make it in the playoffs with 9-7. Stop doing that shit, man. Come on, man. We can do better than that. You know what I mean? We can do better than that. Go ahead, H, to get to your next thing, man.
You know, before we jump into, you know, the, you know, more little sad stories or whatever, I got something that kind of makes me scratch my head. every time I see it. I read about this French rapper named